Frank is a former soldier in the Rhodesian Light Infantry and later a soldier of fortune with some interesting paymasters. He has seen things that most people would rather not. His experiences have led him to look more closely at governments, the forces behind them and their predisposition to accumulate money and power and their ability to fall out with others. Tonight, Frank brings Enemy of the State. Are you paranoid, or are they really out to get you?
Yes, yes.
In it, he asked the question, do you think you are living in a free country?
No.
He looks at the people who look at you. Are we aware of the information that multiple organisations and institutions hold on us? And are we aware that this is just a transitory stage to you fill in blanks? Frank will guide our awareness to the major leap that has sprung in our freedoms, and our most just can't see it. And the other thing is, quite a lot of people are okay with this. So without further ado, please welcome Frank Willis.
Thank you for the welcome. Last time I was here, there was a nice turnout, and it's nice to see another good turnout, so thank you. Who filled the census forms in? Yeah? Do you remember the government said it was secure information? Got hacked 2 weeks ago, and everybody's information is now with the hackers. So, that's on government. Which is, you know, why I started with the census form. Was everybody aware that the census form was run by the company Lockheed Martin? Lockheed Martin, an American company, they make warplanes and weapons, weapons of mass destruction. They said that they would secure this information from the census. They got paid $500 million for doing it, and within weeks it gets hacked. I didn't fill it in because one, my conscience can't contribute towards nuclear weapons, and the other, I knew that the information wouldn't be safe anyway. America has introduced a law called the Patriot Act, and any American company that has information on anybody under the Patriot Act has to turn it over to the American government. So your information, if the American government requests it, Lockheed will have to give it. So again, the government lied to us. So, you know, you think, right, I'll have a government, it's supposed to look after us, and there's just one example within the last few weeks what happened. Despite all the Nazi bootboy techniques that the government was using to get you to fill in that census form, personally I thought it was against human freedoms and against the sovereign right of my body. So I thought, right, I'm not filling it in. And if you look on YouTube or Facebook, it shows me ripping it up and telling the government to do that. Freedom of speech. My freedom. Right, enemy of the state. When the Cold War ended, MI6 and MI5 amalgamated into one. Now, the two massive intelligence agencies, and what did they do? They started looking at you guys, and looking at us. Why? I'll go into later, but I'll start off with casting your mind back tens of thousands of years to a local tribe and the leader of that tribe. How the tribe worked was that they had the leader, and what the leader said went. And within that tribe, they had the rules and regulations of living under that one leader. If you stepped out of line, you were either banished or put to death. Now, how he kept control of that small tribe was he had people working for him, people that live everyday lives to police each other. So if somebody did something, the neighbours would go, oh, you've seen what she's done or what he's done, go tell the leader, let the leader deal with him. One of the first references of that kind of thing happening is actually in the Bible. And it states that if your eldest son is a drunkard and a big mouth and gives you back chat, you go to the elder of the village and he'll decide whether to put him to death or not. So that's how it was policed back in them days. Of course, society started to grow bigger and bigger. So the intelligence coming from the leader, he nominated his lieutenants, who then went out and did the work and they spied on each other. Then they reported back to the leader. As we come into modern day society, that same structure is still there. It's got bigger. We often hear about the Stasi secret police, the Mossad secret police, the Gestapo, the KGB, South African boss. And straight away there's a bit of notoriety. You say MI6, MI5, and so it's alright, he saw it. They're the biggest bastards of the lot of them. They're the ones the rest have learned from. Now, our MI5 and MI6 came into being was supposedly to protect us from foreign invaders and foreign lands. What they did was set up an intelligence agency that was doing that, but at the same time was watching us. Could go back to like when I was a kid, and everybody used to go to the library, and we'd take library books out. What MI6 and MI5 were doing, were having people working in the library and monitoring what books you were reading. So if you've got quite a few books on, say, the IRA, and straight away the intelligence services know what you're reading, they're monitoring you. Now, times have moved on and we've come into the digital age of computers. So if you get a book out of the library, MI6 in London just looks on the library file to see who's taking what books out. And if you're taking books out, which whatever they deem subversive, then you'll be on the radar of the intelligence services. This was highlighted by the actor Ricky Tomlinson, who was a bit of a left-winger when he was younger. He did a programme about it and uncovered files on him, which when they stood on top of each other were literally that high. Now that's files just on one person. I personally know of files like that on me, and it wouldn't surprise me if they have files like that on all of you. Now, apart from when I was out of the country as a mercenary, that's the only time they've gathered the information on me, officially. Unofficially, they've been watching me every day of my life, and continue to do so. And it wouldn't surprise me if there's one or two agents in this room tonight now monitoring what I'm saying, also monitoring who's coming in and who's going out. So they're watching you all the time. One of the techniques they're using, which is right in your face, is CCTV cameras. For a nation what's supposed to be at war with terrorism, why is the last conservative estimate 35 people to each CCTV camera in this country? That's one camera to every 35 people. That's a bit overkill. They're watching you every move you make. Your mobile phone or your house phone. If you make a phone call and you say keywords, say like bomb, IRA, guns, straight away it's being recorded at RAF Flyingdales in Yorkshire. Any phone call in throughout Europe is monitored there. They monitor it all the time. Like I say, it's switched on when keywords are said, but if you become on their radar, they will monitor everything you do, every phone call you make, a lot. They will do it without fail. And you think, right, I'm living in a free country, so why is my government doing that to me? And you start to uncover more and more about it all. On Friday I was in court for harassing the ex-girlfriend, and the point I made in court was there's some emails there what I didn't send. And the court said, yeah, you did send them. And I went, well, has anybody checked to see the IP address to them emails? And everybody in the court's like, what are you talking about? I said, if you check the IP address, you'll find out who sent them emails. Are you telling me you've took me to court for harassment and you've not done your own work and done this? So I got adjourned, comes back and they went, can we drop that charge? I went, why? Oh, no reason. I said, oh, you found out what I found out. He says, what's that? I said that it was sent from an address in Liverpool and it's her boyfriend. So they're trying to set me up. And they go, oh, yes. So I said to them, why is it, if you do something really bad against the state, this information will be there available in court. But because I'm being accused of harassing the ex-girlfriend, you just want it to state that charge. Now, if I was ignorant to this, I'd be prosecuted. And you're like, well, yeah. I said, but aren't you guys there for both of us, not just me, and not just her? I said, so your justice is a load of shit, basically. And he went, well, I went, no, it is. It's a load of shit. You're a load of shit. And he went, now you're getting a bit out of line. I went, no. I'm paying tax money for you to do a job to basically get a conviction against me. That's not a free country and that's not free justice. Do you get the point I'm making? Yeah? The minute you try to have justice for the individual, you come up against this system. The minute you do something wrong against the state, this system will then hound you to death, basically. So that's why when they announced Osama bin Laden had been killed the other month, I laughed. Why has it took 10 years to find one man on this planet when I know damn well they could have found him within a week? Remember the bombers in Spain? They found them within days because they traced them by their mobile phone. Your mobile phone has a microchip which sends out a signal. So if they want to watch you, they'll know you're in this room tonight. If they're watching a couple of us, they'll see what mobile phones are in this room tonight, and straight away their intelligence, or whatever you want to call it, will go, oh, what they're conspiring against. We'll have to check it out. So, are you paranoid? No, you're not. It's a reality. Who's had the mail intercepted? Yeah? Who's had mail and the corner of the envelopes slightly torn? Yeah? Do you know what's going on there? It's a simple technique, and all it is a steel rod in a power drill. The steel rod has a slot down it. They slide that into the corner of the envelope, wrap it, slide it in, so it goes like that onto the paper. Press forward, the letter wraps around the shaft, and you pull it out through the corner. You read it, copy it, wrap it around the shaft again, put it back into the envelope and reverse it, and it flattens out inside the envelope. Simple.
Where is that done? Is it done in the post office or something?
It gets done anywhere they want. Once you've posted it, it belongs to the Royal Mail. Under the National Secrets Act, MI5, MI6 can intercept it then. So, but again, you're paying for a private service, and MI5, MI6 can intervene, look at your mail, and they're monitoring what you're doing. TVs, there's a lot of controversy about this, but I do know for a fact that the Australian government in the late 1980s were putting microchips into TVs so they could watch you as well. And they eventually got caught because the TV engineer was wondering what this microchip circuit board was. When he investigated, he found out and blew the lid on it. Like I said, there's controversy now whether they're still doing it or not. I personally believe there will be. A lot of these new TVs, if you look at the circuit boards inside them, some of them don't make sense. They don't make sense as to why they're part of a TV set. So, remember the book Big Brother said they had the TVs in the room and they were watching you. So that became a reality in Australia. I do believe it's a reality elsewhere as well. So that's part of George Orwell's prediction. The other part of it, he said there's the thought police. Now, the night before Prince, whatever his name was, his woman got married, 99 people got arrested around London. One of them was Charlie Veitch. They was charged with intending to cause a disturbance the day after the royal wedding. So that's the thought police in action. They thought about doing something, they didn't know what they were going to do, but they got arrested by the police, kept in the cells, and then released, charged with this new offence. The new offence hasn't even been through Parliament yet, so it was illegal what the police did to them people. But it just goes to show you that if you're thinking of doing something, it's now a crime. So again, George Orwell was right. Now, how they caught Charlie, they surveilled him literally for 6 months. They had people following him, they had cameras on his house, they intercepted his phone calls, intercepted his emails, intercepted his mail. It wouldn't surprise me if he intercepted his feces after he'd had a crap in toilet. It just wouldn't surprise me. These people will go to any lengths to find out anything about you. And once they have that information on you, then it's power. Who's on the electoral roll? Yeah? They say you've got to go on it by law. You know, alright. So you go on it, and all of a sudden you're getting people ringing you at home. Oh, can we sell you this? Can we sell you that? And you go, no, but this number's ex-directory. How did you get the number? Oh, we don't know. The fact is, your council is selling that information it has on you. Councils in this country last year made 120 billion by selling that information. So that's how private companies know where you live and know your phone number. So your council is in breach of your contract. Because the minute you go on the electoral roll, you're actually signing a contract, and same with your council tax. If you agree to pay it, then you're in a contract. But the contract works 2 ways. They have to provide that information you give them. They have to provide security for it, not sell it. So you can sue the councils if you want. If you don't want to pay your council tax, don't. Because you're not in a contract with them. And they'll take you to court. And they'll take you to court without even telling you you're going to court. So again, the courts are playing a bit of corporate justice here. But if you manage to intercept it and challenge it in court, you say, show me the contracts I have with the council for me to pay that. And they'll come out with all the legal jargon and show you these forms, and you go, no, where's my signature? Case dismissed, you don't have to pay your council tax.